Looking more longer term, Cavi, do you already have an idea of potential transfer targets under him?
Look, we know that in the summer, Chelsea are going to be looking for a striker and probably a centre-back as well. This evening, Olivier Giroud is starting. He's 34. Tammy Abraham, of course, is a brilliant young player, but I think a club the size of Chelsea need another frontline striker. And I think what they're going to try and do in the summer is try to sign Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund. Now, it's no secret that they're interested in signing him. Lots of big clubs are interested in signing him. But he has this release clause, which is, I think, about £70 million. But that kicks in the summer of 2022. But there's nothing stopping Chelsea trying to sign him this summer. And I think, as we saw last summer, Chelsea are going to be one of the clubs in the transfer window next summer who have money to spend, because they have Roman Abramovich's billions backing them. So I think that is the main striker they will try to sign. When it comes to centre-backs, I think they will be in for David Alaba, who's leaving Bayern Munich. We know a lot of big clubs are interested in signing him. It will be a no-brainer for Chelsea to try and get him, especially because some of the agents involved in bringing Tuchel to Chelsea are also involved with David Alaba.
Well, Cavi, keeping across the Chelsea-Wolves game, Darwish?
Just picking up on something Carve said there, with Haaland especially, before Chelsea fans get very excited about a potential move for Haaland, all the talk amongst our colleagues at Sky in Germany, amongst a few of the German journalists we know, like Rafa Honigstein as well, their smart money seems to be on Jadon Sancho being potentially the player who will leave in this summer. Remember, all the talk was of Jadon Sancho in the last transfer window. Would he or would he not go to Manchester United? It didn't happen, and there was all this talk. Next summer would possibly be the time when Jadon Sancho would leave Borussia Dortmund for a Premier League club or a club in Spain. But I don't think that Borussia Dortmund would want to see both Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland leave in the same transfer window. Yes, if they were to get what they valued both players at, then there's every chance that they could sell them both. You can't rule that out, but they can get a lot of money for Erling Haaland in this transfer window. Let's take away the financial impact the pandemic has had. It's very difficult to do that, I know, but there's no release clause in this summer, so they can ask for what they want. Whereas with Jadon Sancho, they've been very, very stubborn in their stance. £108 million has been their asking price. I just wonder, with the pandemic now in mind, whether Jadon Sancho's price will change and whether Erling Haaland, what kind of valuation he'll be placed on his head come the summer.
Don't you think Haaland's agent, Mino Raiola, has just played this perfectly? Because there's this €75 million release clause in 18 months' time. But of course, this summer, there is no release clause. So if a club like Chelsea come along and put €100 million on the table, then Borussia Dortmund are going to be thinking, look, if we don't accept this €100 million now, he could go for 75 next summer. And who is going to be quids in, as always? Mino Raiola and his client. So I think this summer Chelsea will definitely have money to spend because of Roman Abramovich, and I would expect them to go out there in the market and try and sign an absolutely world-class striker just to be in the squad with Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham still has a big future. No player has scored more goals for Chelsea in the past 12 months than Tammy Abraham. Let's not forget him. But I think if Olivier Giroud leaves, which we're expecting him to, a big-name striker is going to come in.